The Kraft Foods Company presents Willard Waterman as the Great Gildersleeve. The Great Gildersleeve is brought to you, partially transcribed, by the Kraft Foods Company. And Kraft, you know, makes the famous pasteurized processed cheese food Velveeta. Velveeta has a wonderful cheddar cheese flavor that's rich yet delightfully mild. It's delicious. And it's the finest quality cheese food you can buy because it's made by Kraft, the name that for years has meant only the finest in cheese and cheese foods. Get a package or loaf of Velveeta tomorrow and enjoy the cheese food of top quality, Velveeta, made only by Kraft. Since Mr. Bullard's sister, the attractive Paula Winthrop, and her daughter Babs moved in across the street, the great Gildersleeve has been giving particular attention to his personal appearance. And he has managed to make 3 personal appearances at Mrs. Winthrop's. Tonight will be his 4th.
Gildersleeve, you're gaining ground. Well, why shouldn't you? Admit it. You're not a bad-looking man. Of course, I'm graying a little at the temples. And so is Ronald Coleman. Yeah, wonder if I shouldn't touch that up a little. No use in a fellow with a face as young-looking as mine getting gray. No, it's distinguished. Mirror, mirror on the wall, who's the best-looking water commissioner of them all?
You are.
Thank you. Who said that? Leroy.
Hi, Unc. You still primping?
Yeah, I'm not primping. I'm just doing the things any fastidious man does before a date.
Yeah? You need some color, Unc. Why don't you pinch your cheeks a little more?
Leroy, I haven't been pinching my cheeks. Come on, let's go downstairs.
Okay, I'll announce you. Presenting the fairest water commissioner of them all.
Oh, my goodness.
Here he comes, Marge.
Oh, you look awfully nice tonight, Unky.
Yeah, thank you, my dear.
I thought you were going to wear your new suit.
Well, it hasn't come from the tailor's yet. I'll wear it next time.
What a dude. Since Mrs. Winthrop moved in across the street, he won't even rake leaves in the front yard without a coat and tie on.
Well, it gets chilly out there. It's the fall of the year.
Yeah, and I know who fell.
You watch it, young man.
We know you like her, Unky. I'm just surprised you don't see her more often.
Well, Mrs. Winthrop has to give a lot of her time to her daughter. She told me that.
And when you do go, you always come home so early.
It's just happened that way, Marjorie. The other evening, little Babs had the sniffles. The time before that, she wanted her mother to help her with her homework.
Mm-hmm. What happened the first time?
Well, the little girl came downstairs because she said she had a bad dream, and she wouldn't go back up.
So you came home?
Yeah.
Uncle Mort, it's none of my business, but it sounds as though little Babs doesn't exactly welcome your visits.
Yeah, you better watch out, Unc.
What do you mean by that?
Well, she's tricky. Remember the time I was riding my bike, no hands, and she stuck a broom handle through the spokes?
Yes. Yeah, that was probably an accident. Yeah, I'm sure it was. She hasn't annoyed you since.
No, but I'm not the one who's dating her mother.
Now, Leroy, you and Margie aren't being fair to little Babs. How could she be anything but an angel with a mother like that?
Well, I hope you're right, Unky.
You bet. Yeah, don't you two wait up for me. Yeah, I won't be home until late tonight. Leroy, you go to bed.
What time are you expecting Mr. Gildersleeve, Mother?
Any minute now, Babs. He's never late.
No, I've noticed that.
Why don't you go upstairs and listen to your radio this evening?
All right. Mother, why do you go out with Mr. Gildersleeve?
Well...
Is he the only bachelor in Summerfield?
I really haven't investigated.
Are you going to?
Babs, I want to ask you something.
What, Mother?
When Mr. Gildersleeve comes over, do you deliberately try to make him feel uncomfortable?
Is he uncomfortable? It's probably that tight suit he wears. Oh, there he is. Shall I go to the door?
No, you go upstairs. I'll answer it.
Hello, Mrs. Winthrop. Paula.
Hello, Throckmorton. Come in.
Yeah, thank you. Your brother's still out of town?
Rumsden won't be home until next week.
Good. Hope he has a nice trip. Is little Babs around?
She's upstairs listening to her radio.
Cute. Wonderful invention, radio.
Here, let me take your hat.
Yo, thank you.
Shall we sit here on the lounge?
Good idea. Yeah, this is living. Say, I see you have logs in the fireplace.
Well, I thought it might get chilly later in the evening.
Well, I've never stayed here long enough to find out if it gets chilly later.
We have chased you home a little early, haven't we?
Yeah, let's not take any chances tonight. Let's light the fire now.
I'd enjoy that.
You bet. Yeah, I'll have it going in no time. There we are. Yeah, wood's nice and dry. Look at it go. There's something about a boy and a girl in a fire.
Oh, I love a fire. The lights are low. I like to lean back and watch the shadows flicker on the ceiling.
You watch the ceiling. I'll watch the firelight on your pretty face.
Oh, now you're flattering me. Well, in a setting like this, everyone looks prettier.
Me too?
You too.
Wow, this is going to be a great evening. Paula. You realize this is the first time we've ever spent alone?
Excuse me, Mother.
Zeke.
Oh, Babs.
Good evening, Mr. Gildersleeve. Am I intruding?
You no, not at all.
I thought you were listening to your radio, dear.
I decided I'd knit for a while, and you'll simply have to show me how to turn a sleeve.
Oh, now, Babs, can't I show you some other time?
But, Mother, I have to finish it before Christmas. Mr. Gildersleeve, I'm knitting Mother a sweater for Christmas.
Well, glad you told me. Now I won't knit one for her.
Please, Mother.
All right.
Thank you. And while you show me, I'll sit here by the fire, between you and Mr. Gildersleeve.
Well, you better give you a little more room.
Isn't this cozy?
Yes, indeed.
Mr. Gildersleeve, would you be kind enough to stir up the fire? I like to watch the sparks jump.
Yeah, glad to.
Now pay attention, Babs.
I'm watching.
Yeah, I'll say she is.
Oh, you make beautiful sparks, Mr. Gildersleeve.
Yeah, nothing to it. Now, I won't crowd you two. I'll sit down and watch the knitting lesson. Oop, who was that?
Mr. Gildersleeve, you sat on my new knitting box.
Yeah, I did?
Oh, that's too bad.
Yeah, I didn't think it was there when I got up.
Mr. Gildersleeve, surely you don't think I put it there on purpose.
You no, I didn't say that.
It's all right. It's just an accident.
Yeah, I'd be happy to buy you a new one, Babs.
It isn't that. This one was given to me by Mother.
Sorry, Babs. Mother.
Throckmorton, don't worry about it.
Yeah, I'm sorry it happened.
Excuse me, Mr. Gildersleeve, I'll get the yarn out from under your feet.
Yeah, pardon me.
Babs, don't you think you'd better run up to bed? I'll help you with this tomorrow.
But, Mother, if I don't learn how to turn a sleeve, I won't sleep a wink tonight.
Well, perhaps I should be on my way. It's getting a little late. 9:15.
Good night, Mr. Gildersleeve.
Babs. Well, it's really very early, Throckmorton.
Well, we don't want Babs to miss her sleep. And I've been thinking. There's a dance at the Palm Room tomorrow evening. Perhaps it'd be nice to get out of the house. Yeah, I mean go dancing.
Les, I'd like that very much.
Good. Ta-ta. You tend to your knitting. I know where my hat is.
Mother, my knitting is unraveling.
What?
What's this? Something seems to be tied around my ankle.
Mr. Gildersleeve, you have your foot caught in the yarn.
Now, how did that happen?
You've ruined Mother's sweater.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Paula.
And I worked 3 weeks on it.
Sorry, Babs. What a sorry evening. Yeah, George, there's nothing like a new suit.
Turn around, Unky.
Yeah? You like it, Marjorie?
Hey, what's going on?
We're just admiring Unky's new suit, Leroy.
Yikes, stripes.
Chalk stripes, my boy. First one I've ever had.
The stripes do slim you down, Unky.
Well, not that I need slimming.
I think they just show off his curves.
You're all right, Leroy. Yeah, I guess I'll be on my way. Mrs. Winthrop is waiting.
Have a nice time, Uncle Mort.
Are you going over there again, Unc, after what happened last night?
No, Leroy, it was all my fault that I got tangled up in that yarn. Let's face it, I was just clumsy.
Well, I suppose it could have happened accidentally.
Sure. And I don't blame Babs for being upset. She worked hard on the sweater. Yet I made it up to her today. In fact, I made it up to both of them. I sent Mrs. Winthrop flowers and little Babs candy.
How do you like that? She practically throws him out of the house and he sends flowers and candy. What a character.
Well, I'll be home a little late tonight.
Around 9:15?
Good night, Leroy. Good night, Marjorie.
Good night, Unky.
Yeah, I hate to have Leroy grow up so suspicious of women. Who's that?
Is that you, Gildy?
Hello, Judge. What brings you by?
Well, I have a free evening. Let's go stepping.
Yeah, you're too late. I already have an engagement.
It must be important. I see you're wearing a new suit.
Yeah, that's right. Well, I don't want to be late, Judge.
Wait a minute, Gildy. Are you sure that you wouldn't prefer to go bowling with me?
Hardly, Judge.
Well, we could play canasta or something.
Canasta. Horace, I'll see you later. I'm due across the street.
Well, if you don't mind, Gildy, I'll sit here and watch you greet your lady love.
You rubbernecking old goat. He probably thinks I'll kiss her when she greets me at the door. But he isn't going to see anything. Yeah, I wish he was.
Hello, Mr. Gildersleeve.
Huh? Babs? Where are you?
Up here at the window. Isn't that a new suit you're wearing?
Yeah, yes, it is. What have you got in that paper bag?
Water.
Water? What's that for?
I'm watering the plants in the window box.
Shouldn't you be using a pitcher?
I prefer a paper bag.
But it is beginning to drip.
It is?
You Babs, don't hold it over me. The bottom's coming out.
Well, I can't let it spill in the house.
You Babs, you watch it. Babs! Oh!
All over your new suit. I'm so sorry.
Pockets full of water. Floating cigars.
Where are you going, Gildy?
I'm going home. Soaked. I have a feeling that girl doesn't like me.
The great Gildersleeve will be back in just a minute. When guests are coming for dinner, chances are you try very hard to serve a meal that's especially festive. And you make it festive with little extra touches here and there. Extra touches that are simple and easy, yet somehow add so much to your dinner success. So next time you entertain, try a Velveeta vegetable platter for a gay note. First, arrange your vegetables attractively on a platter. Baked red tomatoes and cooked broccoli make a good combination. And over these hot vegetables, pour a smooth golden cheese sauce you make with Velveeta, Kraft's smooth-melting pasteurized processed cheese food. This Velveeta vegetable platter has plenty of eye appeal and taste appeal as well, because Velveeta sauce has such a wonderful, rich, yet mild cheddar cheese flavor. To make this easy Velveeta sauce, all you do is melt a half-pound of Velveeta in the top of your double boiler. Velveeta melts so smoothly and easily, there's no need to cube it or grate it. Just cut a half-pound piece right off the 2-pound loaf. Then gradually stir in a 1/4 cup of milk, season, and there you have it. The smoothest golden cheese sauce you'd ever want. And a cheese sauce that'll make those vegetables more nourishing, because Velveeta is rich in important food values from milk. Treat your guests and your family, too, to a Velveeta vegetable platter soon. Get a 2-pound loaf of Velveeta tomorrow. It's the cheese food that's digestible as milk itself. Remember, Velveeta is made by Kraft, and the name Kraft assures you of finest quality. So get the cheese food of finest quality, Velveeta. Well, last night the great Gildersleeve had arranged to take his new girlfriend, Mrs. Paula Winthrop, dancing. But suddenly cold water was thrown on his plans.
Yeah, that daughter of hers. She didn't fool me. She didn't intend to water plants with that paper bag. Yeah, well, I think I'll drop in Peavy's. I couldn't stay around the house this morning and take that corny kidding. Hello, Peavy.
Hello, Mr. Gildersleeve. What can I do for you this morning?
I don't want anything in particular, Peavy. You might give me a cigar.
Very well. You want one you can smoke underwater?
Peavy, who have you been talking to?
The judge was in.
Talky town crier. Well, I guess you've heard all about it.
I hear Mrs. Winthrop's daughter is quite a pixie.
Peavy, that's going too far, dropping water from the upstairs window.
Well, it has its amusing aspect. You might call that watering the water commissioner.
All right, don't rub it in. I'll admit I've been outmaneuvered so far. Peavy, why is it that I can't seem to get along with Mrs. Winthrop's daughter?
Well, instead of being so palsy with the mother, why don't you try being pals with the daughter?
What are you getting at?
Well, now, take it in the store here. Now, some of the kids could give me fits if I didn't make it a practice to be pals with them. It pays off, Mr. Gildersleeve. Halloween's coming up, you know. Every shop window in the block will be soaped except mine.
Well, how do you work that, Petey?
Well, when the kids gather under the streetlight with their bars of soap, I put on a false face and go right along with them.
My goodness.
When they come to my window, I say, Mr. Peavy's a good egg. Let's soap the window next door.
Maybe you're pulling my leg.
Maybe I am.
Did you give me a great idea? You're pretty shrewd.
Well, if I do say so, when they passed out the brains, I wasn't off somewhere feeding the chickens.
Right, George, I'll start cultivating Babs. There's no reason why she shouldn't like me.
Well, no.
At times, children get a little possessive. She shouldn't stand in the way of her mother making new friends.
No, she shouldn't.
Actually, she isn't being fair to her mother. If the girl insists on keeping her mother from seeing me, it's something Mrs. Winthrop could regret the rest of her life.
Well, no, I wouldn't say that. How can I make a pal out of little Babs without her knowing what I'm up to? You have to be diplomatic about this. I won't let anybody know what I'm up to. The smart thing to do is to work it through Leroy. Say, I have an idea. Bertie!
Yes, Miss Gildersleeve?
Bertie, I've been thinking. We should do something nice for Leroy's little friend, Babs.
We should?
Yes, indeed. She's been here a month, and I'm afraid we've ignored her. So I'd like to do something that'll make a big impression on her.
Yes, sir. Miss Gildersleeve, how you going to do that?
Well, it's Saturday. A good time to do something with the kids. Leroy's birthday isn't until next month, but we could have the party today.
Yes, sir.
Could you bake a cake, Bertie, if I get some ice cream?
I could. But, Mr. Gildersleeve, if you really want to do something for the kids, why don't you take Babs and Leroy out in the woods and look for chestnuts? They'd like that.
Say, it's a thought.
I can fix up a nice lunch and we can save the birthday for another emergency.
No, Bertie, it's no emergency. I just want to do something for the children.
Yes, sir.
You fix the lunch basket, Bertie, and I'll take them today.
Yes, sir. Lunch for how many people, Miss Gildersleeve?
Well, there'll be Babs, Leroy, and me. Now that you mention it, I'll ask Mrs. Winthrop.
Yes.
You make plenty of sandwiches, Bertie. Everything kids like. Cheese, potato chips, and apples. It's National Apple Week, you know.
All right, Mr. Gildersleeve. That basket will look like the horn of plenty.
Oh, fine, Bertie.
If you're going on a picnic, Bertie will even make a decoy sandwich.
What's a decoy sandwich?
Well, you put that out first to attract the ants, and then you eat on the other side of the tree.
Well, that's not a bad idea, Bertie.
No, sir, because when you take Miss Winthrop on a picnic, you don't want to be bothered with no ants.
Now, Bertie, this picnic isn't just for Mrs. Winthrop and me. It's just that I doubt if Babs would go without her mother.
Yes, sir.
That's the only reason I'd ask Mrs. Winthrop to trek through the woods looking for chestnuts.
Yes, sir.
I hope Babs doesn't see through me the way that Bertie does. Need more pie, anybody? Babs, Leroy?
Not me, I'm stuffed.
Oh, it was a wonderful picnic, Throckmorton.
Yeah, glad you enjoyed it, Paula.
Certainly was. We had everything I like.
Well, Babs, I had you in mind when I packed the basket.
Oh, isn't it peaceful and quiet out here?
Yeah, great.
It's been such a long time since I've seen moss growing under a tree. Oh, look up there at the sun filtering through the leaves, all tinted with red and gold.
Yeah, nothing like being out here with the squirrels. Look, there goes one up a tree.
Hey, let's follow him. He may show us where the chestnuts are.
Leroy, let's rest a while.
Okay, you and Mrs. Winthrop rest. Come on, Babs, let's get down to the brook.
I think I'd rather stay here with Mother and Mr. Gildersleeve.
Oh, come on. Uncle's good enough to bring us. Let's give him a break.
Yeah, I know. Why don't we all go? That is, if Babs and Paula would like to.
Oh, we'd love to.
Oh, I want to find some chestnuts.
Well, you come with me, Babs. I have a nose for chestnuts.
Okay, Miss Winthrop, you come with me. I'll bet we find more than they do.
Fine. Do you accept the challenge, Throckmorton?
You bet we do. Don't we, Babs?
Well, if you really know where to find them, Mr. Gildersleeve.
Sure. Let them go down by the brook. And we'll look up on the hill where those big trees are.
We'll meet you back here in half an hour.
Goodbye, Mother.
Oh, goodbye, dear.
Follow me, Babs. I'll make a path for you right through the leaves. Right, George. This is my chance to make a pal out of the child. You having a good time, Babs?
Yes, thank you.
Oh, here. Let me help you through this barbed wire fence. You outstep on the bottom strand, pull up on the top wire while you slip through.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Now let me hold the barbed wire for you.
Yeah, thank you.
Am I stretching it high enough?
Yeah, that's fine.
Hurry, Mr. Gildersleeve. I'm not as strong as you. Hate to have to let this barbed wire go.
I wonder if she would when I'm halfway through. Yeah. There we are. By George, she didn't. Gildersleeve, you've won her over.
Isn't that a chestnut tree over there?
Say, it is.
But I don't see any chestnuts on the ground.
Well, I guess somebody beat us to it. Too bad.
I see some on that lower limb, Mr. Gildersleeve. You suppose you could get them for me?
Well, I haven't climbed a tree in quite a while.
You won't have to. You're so nice and tall, you can jump and reach the limb and then pull yourself up.
You hadn't thought of that.
We just can't go back without some chestnuts.
Well, I'll see what I can do. 1, 2, 3! Yeah!
Oh, you made it!
Yeah, part way. Now if I can just swing a leg over the limb. Yeah. Made it. Yeah. Now let's shake them down. They won't come down.
I think you'll have to crawl out on the limb.
You have to crawl out on the limb. Yeah, I don't think it'll hold my weight.
Oh, sure it will.
Well, I guess I can crawl out there. Here goes.
Oh, you're doing fine.
It's beginning to bend. A few more inches will do it. Look out below!
Are you all right, Mr. Gildersleeve?
Yeah, I'm all right. How did she get me out on a limb again? Well, another half hour and we'll all be home.
Hasn't it been a wonderful day, Mother?
Oh, I hate to see it end.
Boy, I'm bushed.
Well, we've all had a big day. Yeah, I know I have.
I'm tired, too.
Are you, Babs? How about you, Paula?
Oh, I'm fine.
Good. Maybe we can get the kiddies to bed and then slip out for the evening.
Hey, Unc, there's that new drive-in movie.
Oh, can we stop and see the picture, Mr. Gildersleeve?
Yofer. The children. What about dinner?
Well, they sell hot dogs and stuff.
Big help.
Can't we go, Mother, please?
Now, Babs, Mr. Gildersleeve has already shown you a wonderful time.
Oh, I know, Mother, and I'm sure he isn't going to disappoint me now.
Here goes my Saturday night. Yeah, thank goodness the coming attractions are over.
Well, the feature should be interesting.
Yeah, I hope so. What a wasted day. I thought sure I'd have Paula to myself tonight.
Oh, here's the feature. Babs, you should like this. It's a musical. Babs? Leroy? Oh, Throckmorton, they're both asleep.
They are? Well, Leroy in one corner, Babs in the other.
Leroy's still clutching his bag of popcorn. Oh, and look at Babs. Isn't she sweet?
Yeah, the sweetest I've ever seen her.
I suppose we should take them home, but I'd hate to miss the picture.
Sure, they're happy. And so am I. We're practically alone. For the first time, too.
Oh, it looks like a good cast, doesn't it?
Yeah, perhaps I could see better if I got out from behind this steering wheel. Mind if I slide over a little closer to you?
Well, you should be comfortable. Everyone else is.
Yeah, thank you. You're right, George. At last I outsmarted Babs. Yeah, this is more like it. I've been looking forward to this all day.
You did go to a lot of trouble today, just for us.
Well, this is worth it.
You know, Throckmorton, today's the first chance I've had to really get to know you. You're quite exceptional. Oh, you're so thoughtful and considerate of the children and me. Frankly, when I came to Summerfield, I hardly expected to meet a man as interesting as you. Throckmorton? Why, it's Throckmorton!
The great Gildersleeve will be with us again in just 30 seconds. If the folks at your house eat lots of sandwiches, make sure they have the best sandwich filler you can buy. Keep stocked with Velveeta, Kraft's golden pasteurized processed cheese food. Velveeta, with its fine, rich, yet mild cheddar cheese flavor, gives you a delicious sandwich. And Velveeta makes sandwiches mighty nourishing, too, because it's rich in important food values from milk. So make it your handy helper for hearty, good-eating sandwiches and snacks. Get the cheese food of finest quality, Velveeta, made only by Kraft.
Throckmorton.
Yeah?
Throckmorton.
Paula. I guess I must have closed my eyes for a moment.
Yes, you did.
Yeah, but I'm sorry, Paula. But the evening isn't over. There's still plenty of time to talk while the kids are asleep.
Mother?
Oops, Babs is awake.
Yes, dear?
I'm hungry. Mr. Gildersleeve, may I have a hot dog?
Yeah, can I have one too, huh?
What's the use? 2 hot dogs coming up. Good night, folks.
The Great Gildersleeve is played by Willard Waterman. The show is written by John Elliott and Andy White and is partially transcribed. Included in the cast are Walter Tetley, Mary Lee Robb, Lillian Randolph, Barbara Whiting, Elsie Holmes, Earl Ross, and Dick LeGrand. Musical composition by Jack Meakin. This is John Heaston saying goodnight for the Kraft Foods Company, makers of those famous Kraft quality foods. Be sure to listen in next Wednesday and every Wednesday for the further adventures of the Great Gildersleeve.
In a sandwich, what do you like best? Say in a cold beef sandwich, a cheese sandwich, egg salad, salami. What do you like best? Well, if you've ever tried it, I'll bet you'll say Kraft prepared mustard. Because when you add a little Kraft mustard, you add a lot of tang. In fact, there are 2 kinds of Kraft mustard. Salad mustard, mild and delicately spiced, and Kraft mustard with snappy horseradish added. Have both on hand. And remember, the next time you make a sandwich, when you add a little mustard, you add a lot of tang. Buy Kraft's prepared mustard.
Groucho Marx, you bet your life. He's next on NBC.
The Kraft Foods Company presents Willard Waterman as the Great Gildersleeve. Great Gildersleeve is brought to you, partially transcribed, by the Kraft Foods Company. And Kraft, you know, makes the famous pasteurized processed cheese food Velveeta. Velveeta has a wonderful cheddar cheese flavor that's rich yet delightfully mild. It's delicious, and it's the finest quality cheese food you can buy because it's made by Kraft, the name that for years has meant only the finest in cheese and cheese foods. Get a package or loaf of Velveeta tomorrow and enjoy the cheese food of top quality, Velveeta, made only by Kraft. Well, there's a nip in the air this morning. The shocks of yellowing corn are frosty in the fields. The pumpkins have been harvested and given faces with toothy grins, for it's Halloween. In the schools, the children are fidgeting at their desks with impish gleams in their eyes, waiting for darkness to fall. In Floyd's barber shop, the great Gildersleeve is getting himself a Halloween haircut.
Careful with the scissors, Floyd.
I'm watching, Commish.
Floyd, what'll we jolly boys do tonight?
You don't hold your head still, the rest of us might be attending a wake.
Well, it's Halloween. We should do something special.
You mean you ain't booked for tonight?
What do you mean by that?
Well, since that classy Mrs. Winthrop come to town, you ain't had time for us jolly boys.
Yeah, Floyd, you know the club comes first with me.
Gee, I thought sure you'd be stepping out.
Well, she's busy. Yeah, I mean, she's going to a shindig at the country club.
Ah, and you ain't invited, huh? You mean all my tonsorial skill has went for no avail?
Well, I'm afraid so, Floyd. We fellas should be able to cook up something.
Well, we can come down to the club and sing.
We'll be minus our bass. Police Chief Gates has to be on duty tonight to keep an eye on the kids.
Yeah. When we was kids, we used to give our constable a bad time.
Yeah, I guess we all did.
I remember one Halloween we soaped the windshield of his old Model T and dared him to catch us.
You were asking for it, Floyd.
Nah, we had an ace up our sleeve. He jumped in the car and took off, but we had his rear axle chained to a fire hydrant.
Oh, my goodness.
You should be glad you wasn't the water commissioner that night. Well, there you are, Commish. You want to look at yourself in the mirror or just go out happy?
Yeah, it looks fine. You know, Floyd, I have an idea.
No kidding.
Why don't we jolly boys throw a party for the kids tonight? They'll enjoy it, and we'll help keep them out of mischief.
Oh, let them live, Commish.
No, Floyd, a lot of communities do things like this. We can stock the club with apples, noisemakers, candy, and games.
Well, I suppose the kids will have fun, and we'll be doing Chief Gates a good turn.
You bet. We'll notify the judge and Peavy, and everybody will have a great time. You'll take some money out of the treasury and buy prizes for the best costumes.
Hey, you can wrap some vines around your neck and win a prize. You got a head like a pumpkin. You're only kidding, Commish.
It's going to be quite a night. All the jolly boys went for my idea. I don't know what they'd do without me. It's only 5 o'clock. Hardly dusk yet. Are the black cats out already? Yeah, but that's Leroy behind the hedge. I'll sneak around the other side and take him by surprise. Kids can't wait until dark to scare somebody. Well, I'll turn the tables on him. Yipe! Leroy!
Hi, Unc. Sorry I come and thought I'd scare you.
Well, you didn't. What are you doing with those batteries behind the hedge?
I got an electric wire running to the front doorknob, but it isn't working.
Oh? What's it supposed to do?
Oh, it's a neat trick for tonight. I wire it to somebody's doorknob, then ring the bell and run. When they open the door, they get a shock.
Leroy, come in the house.
Oh, Unc, what for?
Well, I have a much better idea about how you should spend your evening.
Yeah?
Step inside, my boy.
Oh! Hey, now it's working!
Leroy! It's tricks like this I want to talk to you about.
Sorry, Unc.
Well, I'll overlook it this time. Leroy, rather than go running all over town tonight, how would you like to come up to the Jolly Boys Club to a party?
A party?
Yep. We're throwing a party for all the kids. The judge, Peavy, Floyd. We've all chipped in to buy apples and candy and soda pop. All you can eat, and you may win a prize.
Gee, that's keen. Can I play that corny piano, Unc?
Sure. Anything you want to do, Leroy. It's kids' night tonight.
Oh, boy. If I'm going to the Jolly Boys, I'm going to take a bath.
He wants to take a bath? This is a better idea than I thought.
Hello, Unky.
Hello, Marjorie.
What's Leroy so excited about?
Well, the Jolly Boys decided to entertain the kiddies this evening.
Oh?
Show them a good time and keep them out of trouble.
Oh, that sounds like a wonderful idea.
Mine.
Unky, Mrs. Winthrop phoned a little while ago.
She did?
Mm-hmm. She's at the country club and wants you to call her there.
Well, I'll call her right away.
Unky, what if she invite you out there tonight?
Well, that'd be a little awkward. And the Jolly Boy... Hello? Will you page Mrs. Winthrop, please? Thank you. Yeah, I wonder if she does want me to join her party. Well, she's too late. I just have to tell her I have other commitments. Just her hard luck. Hello, Paula. This is Throckmorton. Is that Halloween dinner dance? Thanks for inviting me, but... Well, it's like this, Paula. I'll be there. Shh, Marjorie. What's that, Paula? Oh, no. I was going to the Jolly Boys Club, but they'll understand. See you around 8-ish. Goodbye. What a woman.
Uncle Mort, I know you'd rather be with Mrs. Winthrop, but what about your party?
Yeah, Marjorie, the party will go along just the same. I've arranged everything. Jolly Boys will have fun. The kids will have fun. I'm the only one who'll be missing out.
All right, Unky.
Sure. I'll run down to Peavy's and explain that I'm needed elsewhere. After all, I've made my contribution. I sparked the idea. Leroy, disconnect the door now. Hello, Peavy.
Yeah, hello, Mr. Gildersleeve. What can I do for you?
Peavy, about the Jolly Boys party tonight.
Well, I'm ready for it. I'm here to tell you.
Yes, well,
Look
Peavy.
at this box of favors I have for the kids. False faces, noisemakers.
Nice.
Horns. Just listen to this.
Oh, you'll have a lot of fun, Peavy.
Oh, I'm sure we will.
Greetings, gentlemen.
Well, hello, Judge.
Hello, Horace.
Gildy, I saw you come in. I want to find out what costume you're wearing to our party tonight.
Your costume?
Is the water commissioner coming as a big fat mermaid?
Well, Judge, I was about to tell Peavy.
I thought I'd fool everybody and come as a witch.
A witch, Peavy?
Yes, but Mrs. Peavy is using the broom this evening. Her garden club is having a party, too.
Well, whatever we wear, we'll all have a wonderful time. Gildy, you did a splendid thing when you suggested our little party. I congratulate you.
Mr. Gildersleeve's all right.
Well, thank you, fellows. But, as I've been trying to say, I hope you'll all have a good time. Unfortunately, I won't be able to attend.
How's that?
What's the trouble, Gildy?
No trouble, Judge. And I'm sure you men will understand the situation when I explain.
Well, start explaining.
Well, there's nothing I have to apologize for, Peavy. I've done my duty to the Jolly Boys party. I got it rolling. I'm sending food and favors. If I have to miss the party, it's my loss.
Well, stop beating around the bush and tell us.
Gildy, could it be that you've made a date with Mrs. Winthrop?
Oh, Judge. Well, actually, she made it with me.
Oh, fiddlesticks.
She did, Pete. She phoned and asked me to join her for the dance. I'm sorry, fellows. Well, got to run. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Peavy, aren't you going to say goodbye to me?
I'm not going to say anything to you, turncoat.
Fellows, I can't go to both parties. Can I help it if I'm wanted in two places at once? It just happens that I'm popular.
Well, now, I would not say that.
George, it's 8 o'clock. I'm doing Paula's party right now. You wonder why it's always so hard to get a collar buttoned in. Oop, you dropped it. Now where'd it go? You must have rolled under the dresser. Uncle
Mort.
Yes, Marjorie?
Bronco and I are leaving now.
You all right, my dear? I wish I was.
Unky, don't forget to lock the garage door.
Yeah, I won't. Everybody's off to their parties but me. Why do they leave everything for me to do? Yeah, here's my collar button. What happened to it? Oh, it's a dime. Doorbell, Bertie! I did it! Confusion. Yeah, here it is. Phew. Dizzy. Good thing I have one of those snap-on bow ties. I can fix it on the way down to the car. Where's my coat? I can't get my arm through this sleeve. My coat's not that tight. Yover. Bertie! I'm coming! Bertie, who sewed my sleeves together?
Your sleeves sewed together? Oh, so that's why Leroy wanted my needle and thread.
Coat sleeves. What a boy.
I'll rip it out, Mr. Gildersleeve.
Thanks, Bertie. Who was at the door?
Another trick-or-treater. Good thing you stocked up with treats.
Well, Halloween's for the youngsters, Bertie.
Yes, sir, and they're sure having fun tonight. Bertie's giving handouts to spooks, black cats, skeletons, and to one boy dressed like a gorilla. I hope that was a boy dressed like a gorilla.
Yeah, chances are it was, Bertie.
Yes, sir. Mr. Gildersleeve, I have to get the scissors for this job.
Well, please hurry, Bertie. I'm late for a very important date.
Yes. I did it!
Never mind, Bertie. You get the scissors, I'll get the door. Hope the candy holds out. Well, hello.
Hello.
You're the smallest ghost we've seen. Why'd you bother to ring the bell? Why didn't you just come in under the door?
I'm lost.
Lost? Oh, my goodness. You're awfully small to be out alone, aren't you?
I wasn't alone when I started, but I couldn't keep up.
Well, guess it would be pretty hard to get around in that flour sack. What's your name, little boy?
Mike.
Mike who?
Mike Smith.
You. Smith. Well, there are a lot of those.
There she comes, Miss Gildersleeve. Oh, who's that little fella?
A little lost ghost, Bertie.
Lost?
Yeah.
How'd you get lost, honey?
They ran away from me.
He couldn't keep up with the other kids, Bertie. Yeah, I wonder if I could find them.
Oh, Mr. Gildersleeve, you run on to your party. They'll come looking for him.
Yeah, I guess so. What if they don't?
I'll call you at the country club, and I'll call the police.
Well...
Gosh.
Oh, Mr. Gildersleeve, he's scared. Look at the little fella grab you round the legs.
Don't you run away from me, too.
No, Mike, you don't need me. Bertie will take good care of you until your friends come back. If they don't find you, the police chief is a pal of mine. He'll get you home. You see, I have a date. You understand, don't you, Mike? Oh, the date can wait.
The great Gildersleeve will be back in just a minute. There comes a time in the life of almost every homemaker when, for some reason or another, the food budget just won't stretch as far as it should. So let me suggest this. Next time you have budget trouble, let Velveeta be your handy helper. Cook with Kraft's famous pasteurized processed cheese food. You can melt Velveeta for a wonderful, smooth, golden cheese sauce to add to leftover pieces of meat or seafood, or to use in a macaroni or vegetable casserole, or just to pour over plain toast. And this Velveeta sauce is so easy to make. All you do is melt a half pound of Velveeta in the top of your double boiler. Velveeta melts smoothly, perfectly. Then stir in a quarter cup of milk, seasoned to your particular taste, and there you have it. An easy cheese sauce that'll help you with so many budget main dishes. A cheese sauce that'll give those budget meals a wonderful, rich, yet mild cheddar cheese flavor. And a cheese sauce that'll add new nourishment to your meals, too, because Velveeta is so rich in important food values from milk. And, of course, Velveeta is digestible as milk itself, so your whole family can enjoy it often. Stop at your grocer's tomorrow and get a package or loaf of Velveeta. Remember, for money-saving meals that are nutritious and mighty good-tasting, too, let Velveeta be your handy budget helper. Just be sure you get genuine Velveeta when you buy. It's the cheese food of top quality, and it's made only by Kraft. Earlier this morning, the great Gildersleeve didn't know how he was going to spend Halloween, so he promoted a party at the Jolly Boys Club. But he ducked out on that when he had a chance to have a date with the attractive Mrs. Winthrop. Then a little lost boy attached himself to the water commissioner.
Now, Mike, how long had you been lost from your little friends when you stopped in here to trick or treat?
I don't know.
Well, we called all the Smiths in the telephone directory. You don't belong to any of them. What's your father's first name?
I don't know.
What's your mother's name?
Mama.
How you make it out, Mr. Gildersleeve?
I haven't learned much, Bertie.
What street you live on, baby?
I'm not a baby.
Watch it, Bertie.
Oh, excuse me. Where do you live, Mr. Mike?
He doesn't know, Bertie.
Well, I've only lived there a little while. I want to go home.
Well, we're trying to get you there, Mike.
Hi, Unc. What's going on?
Yo, Leroy, this is Mike.
Hi.
Hello.
Mike was out for tricks or treats and got lost, Leroy.
Yeah?
Poor little fella.
He doesn't know where he lives.
What are we going to do with him? Raise him?
Yeah, we'll find out where he belongs.
How?
I don't know.
I know. I'll call the police station.
I haven't done anything. I'm just lost.
Leroy, I called the chief half an hour ago. Nobody's reported a missing boy.
Maybe he's a girl.
I am not.
Careful. Little ghost has a temper. Leroy, why aren't you down at the Jolly Boys Club with the other kids?
Oh, since you weren't going, I decided to go to Piggy's. I just came home to get my electric doorknob buzzer.
Ew, that.
Mr. Gildersleeve, why don't you take Mike down to the Jolly Boys Club? Maybe his crowd dropped in down there.
Not a bad idea, Bertie. Practically every kid in the neighborhood will be there. Somebody will know who he is.
I know who I am. Where do I live?
Right. I'm doing the best I can. You wait till I get my hat out of the coat closet. Yikes! Leroy! Well, here we are, Mike. That's the Jolly Boys Club right upstairs there where you see the light.
Is that a big bat in the window?
No, that's Judge Hooker. There'll be a lot of kiddies up there. I'm sure some of them will know you.
Mister, you're a nice man to help find me.
Yeah, I'm glad to do it, Mike. And after we get you home, maybe you can help me sometime.
Do you get lost?
Well, I'm afraid I've lost out with my girl. Yeah, let me help you up on my shoulders.
Whee!
Yeah, that's it. I'll take you up the stairs piggyback.
Boy, this is fun.
You bet. Say, I don't hear any noise up there. Wonder what they're doing.
Well, gang, look who's here. The big idea man himself.
Hello, Floyd, Peavy, Judge.
Gildy, I thought you had a date.
Well, Judge, I called it off. I thought I'd better bring this little fellow up to the party.
Time somebody came.
Hello, young man.
Hi, pal.
Hello.
Where are all the kids?
Well, they aren't here.
You straggled up for candy and stuff.
Yeah, but we sang them a couple of songs and they left.
Well, I thought the place would be jumping.
You sure thought up a dud, Commish.
Now, Floyd.
Mr. Gildersleeve, do you know what I think of your idea?
What's this, Peavy? Now, fellows, the party was a good idea. But I guess I just thought of it too late.
And I went to all this trouble to look like a bat.
You didn't have to go to much trouble.
Floyd?
Well, let's give Mr. Gildersleeve's little friend an apple and a noisemaker, and then I'll go home.
Wait a minute. This little fellow is lost.
Lost?
You don't say.
Yeah, I was hoping there'd be some children here who'd recognize him. His name's Mike.
Mike who?
Mike Smith.
Yeah, Smith.
You're lost, huh, Mike?
Yeah, lost.
Where do you live?
I keep saying I don't know, and I don't.
Well, he's new in town, Floyd. He came to my door just as I was leaving.
Oh, broke up your date, huh? Well, it serves you right for two-timing us jolly boys.
Now, Floyd, Gildy's trying to do the right thing.
Well...
Are you hungry, Mike?
I guess so.
Well, here, have an apple.
Thanks.
And you can fill your pockets with candy.
Thanks.
You be polite, little fellow.
What are you going to do with him, Commish?
Yeah, I don't know. His family isn't listed in the phone book.
Why don't you take the boy to the police station, Gildy?
Gosh.
Judge, the police station ain't no place for a nice little gent like Mike.
I checked with the chief, fellows. Nobody's inquired about a little boy.
Well, it's too early for him to be missed. The kids won't be through soaping windows till about 10 o'clock.
Soaping windows isn't nice.
That's right, Mike.
Well, gee whiz, somebody come up with something. What'll we do with him?
I want to go home.
Okay.
We can take him to my house until we find out where his family is.
Now, let's take him to my house. It's closer.
I want to go home.
You fellas, he rang my doorbell. If we take him any place, we'll take him back to my house.
Well, while you're hashing that out, I'll put on a mask and amuse the boy. Mike, look. How do you like that, Mike?
I want to go home.
Well, I thought that was pretty funny.
Gentlemen, I suggest we take the boy back to Gildy's and conduct the search from there.
Well, let's go. We have to figure out something. Yeah, I'll get it.
Yeah, maybe it's Chief Gates.
Hello? Yes, Chief.
It is the police department.
You quiet, Judge. You what's that, Chief? Yeah, the little fellow's here. You have? Great. You what's that? 875 Adams Avenue. We'll take him right over and see if he's the boy. Thanks, Chief. Goodbye.
Buck up, kid. Looks like you're home free.
Well, Mike, the chances are you belong at 875 Adams Avenue.
You think I do?
No doubt about it. Come on now, I'll take you home.
I'm going along, too.
Yeah, me too.
Well, I'm not going to stay here all by myself.
Hey, Commish, what are we going to do with all this Halloween stuff? We got a barrel of it.
That's right. We shouldn't leave it here.
Well, throw it in the car, fellows. We'll divide it later.
Yeah, okay.
Your family will be happy to see you, Mike. Do you have any little brothers or sisters?
I don't think so.
What does your father do?
I don't know.
Mike's pretty close-mouthed. He ain't telling nothing.
I don't know nothing to tell.
Well, we'll soon find out something. Come on, men. Pick up the stuff and let's go. I'm sorry the party didn't work out, fellows. I guess we can call it a good Halloween if we get Mike home.
Yeah, it's no fun being lost when you're hardly big enough to find.
Judge, move over a little.
Oh, sorry if I'm crowding you, Gildy.
It isn't that. You're sitting on the marshmallows.
Is that it? I thought your cushions were unusually soft.
What the heck? We got more candy than we know what to do with.
Well, here's Adams Avenue. Isn't this exciting?
If it turns out to be Mike's house, I'm going to blow my horn again.
Does this street look familiar, Mike? Mike?
I believe he's fallen asleep.
He has? Oh, isn't that a picture?
Hey, Pete, let me hold him, will you?
I'm afraid he'll wake up, Floyd. Look, he's got his arm around my neck.
Look for numbers, fellas.
There's 875 right on the corner.
Are you sure that's 875? That's the children's home.
The children's home? No kidding.
Yes, it is, Floyd.
Well, let's not just sit here and look at each other. Better see if this is where Mike lives. You wake up the little fellow, Petey.
Yeah, well, Mike. Mikey boy.
You know where you are, Mike?
Am I home?
We think so, my boy.
Mike, do you recognize this house?
Yeah, sure. That's where I live.
Mike, why didn't you tell us you lived with a lot of other little boys and girls?
Nobody asked me.
And by George, we didn't.
Never occurred to me.
Can I go in now?
Yeah, of course, Mike. Yeah, I'll take you up to the door.
Okay.
We'd better wait here in the car, Gilda.
You're all right, Judge. Mike, there's a jack-o'-lantern in the window. Must be having a little party.
Yeah, but they don't have very much.
They don't. Well, by George, they're going to. Judge, Peavy, Floyd, unload the car.
Hey, that's a great idea.
And bring the candy and noisemakers. Bring everything.
Help me with these boxes, Peavy.
Gosh, mister, you really mean it?
You bet. This is going to be the best Halloween we've ever had.
The great Gildersleeve will be with us again in just 30 seconds. Need a hot lunch in a hurry? Then make grilled sandwiches with Kraft's smooth melting pasteurized processed cheese food, Velveeta. With golden Velveeta, you can make delicious sandwiches because Velveeta has such a grand, rich, yet mild cheddar cheese flavor. And Velveeta makes sandwiches so nourishing, too, because it's rich in important food values from milk. Enjoy a quick, easy lunch of grilled Velveeta sandwiches tomorrow. Just be sure you get the cheese food of finest quality, genuine Velveeta, made only by Kraft.
Good night, Mike.
Good night, Mr. Gildersleeve. And thanks for the party.
You don't mention it, my boy. We had a wonderful time.
So did we. Mr. Gildersleeve,
Yes, Mike?
I want to tell you something.
You do?
If I ever have a father, I hope he's just like you.
Thank you, Mike. Bless you, my boy. Good night, folks.
The Great Gildersleeve is played by Willard Waterman. The show is written by John Elliott and Andy White and is partially transcribed. Included in the cast are Walter Tetley, Mary Lee Robb, Lillian Randolph, Earl Ross, Arthur Q. Bryan, Tommy Reddick, and Dick LeGrand. Musical composition by Jack Meakin. This is John Heaston saying goodnight for the Kraft Foods Company, makers of those famous Kraft quality foods. Be sure to listen in next Wednesday and every Wednesday for the further adventures of the Great Gildersleeve.
How can you make a sandwich just the way you like it? Easy. Take some bread, some good cold roast out of the icebox, then add a touch of Kraft's prepared mustard. For when you add a little mustard, you add a lot of tang. Kraft's mustard makes a sandwich just right. Remember, there are two kinds of Kraft mustard to choose from. Kraft salad mustard, mild and delicately spiced, and Kraft mustard with snappy horseradish added. With either kind, when you add a little mustard, you add a lot of tang. Get Kraft's prepared mustard.
Groucho Marx, You Bet Your Life. He's next on NBC.
The Kraft Foods Company presents Willard Waterman as the Great Gildersleeve. The Great Gildersleeve is brought to you, partially transcribed, by the Kraft Foods Company. Kraft, you know, makes Philadelphia brand cream cheese, the cream cheese that's been famous for quality since 1880. Delicious, creamy white Philadelphia brand is so popular, It outsells all other brands of cream cheese combined. Enjoy it often. Just be sure you get genuine Philadelphia brand when you buy. Look for the red Kraft K on the silvery package. Remember, there's only one Philadelphia brand cream cheese, and it's made by Kraft and guaranteed fresh. Well, there's considerable activity at the great Gildersleeve's house tonight. The porch light is on and the mat says welcome. Still, there is an unmistakable air of tension. The occasion is the regular monthly visit of Marjorie's in-laws, Mr. and Mrs. Thompson.
Leroy, have you washed behind your ears?
I not only washed them, I polished them. Look at them shine.
You're a good boy. You know how Mrs. Thompson always makes you stand inspection.
Yeah. Unc, was she ever in the Army?
I don't know. If she was a sergeant.
Can I dust that table, Mr. Gildersleeve?
Bertie, you've dusted the living room 3 times.
Yes, sir. But when Miss Thompson runs her finger over a table, she always picks up dust. That woman's got hands like a vacuum cleaner.
Well, every time she comes over, she always finds fault with something.
Yes, sir.
You wonder what she'll start tonight.
I think she's covered everything.
They'll be here any minute. I better put on my coat so she can't pick on me. Yeah.
Hey, Unc, you dropped your bank book. Here.
Thank you, Leroy.
Hey, look what it says here. $500. Gosh, do you have that much money in the bank?
Shh, Leroy, let's not shout it from the rooftops. I've been salting it away.
Yeah? How about making my allowance a little saltier?
Now, my boy, I'm saving this to buy a car. I thought I'd trade in the old one and surprise the little family with a new one. Nearly new, anyway.
Oh, boy, can I get down and help you pick it out?
You will see.
Is everything in order down here, Unky?
Yeah, we're all set, Marjorie. Where's Bronco?
Oh, he'll be down in a minute. He couldn't shave until I finished with the mirror.
Yeah. I should bring the twins down?
Well, they're asleep now. We put them in the little sewing room so we wouldn't disturb them while we dressed.
Good. Yeah, I hope Mr. Thompson recognized them tonight. He's so absent-minded.
Yeah. Last time he thought I was one of the twins.
Oh, dear, even if he does get a little mixed up at times.
Maybe that's how he happened to marry Mrs. Thompson.
Uncle Mort! Here they are! Battle stations!
Leroy, not so loud. Well, Mr. and Mrs. Thompson, come in.
Good evening, Mr. Gildersleeve. And Marjorie, how are you, dear?
Hello, Mother Thompson. It's so nice to see you.
Good evening, Leroy.
Hi.
Mrs. Thompson, aren't you coming in?
Yes, but Gildersleeve, did you know your porch light is on?
Yes, indeed.
Are you expecting company?
You, Mr. Thompson.
Oh, well, I'm here. You can turn it off now. Martha's here, too. Somewhere. Martha!
She just went in the parlor. Come on, we'll join her.
Oh, Gildersleeve, you've grown a mustache.
Mr. Thompson, I've always had a mustache.
Oh, of course. Oh, it's Leroy who didn't have a mustache.
Oh, brother. I'm glad I got homework to do.
Well, here comes Bronco.
Hello, Dad.
Well, hello, son.
How are you, Mother?
Bronco, you weren't at the door to greet your mother.
I almost made it. Sorry, Mother.
I'm afraid that's my fault, Mother Thompson. I was using the mirror.
No, I was looking for my shoes. We can't get everything into one closet up there.
Oh? Mr. Gildersleeve, I don't know how you people manage here.
Well, Mrs. Thompson...
There are too many of you in this small house. I've said it before, and I'll say it again.
She sure will.
And since the twins came, my...
Now, Mother...
The twins? Oh, yes, the twins. I thought somebody was missing. Where are the grandchildren?
They're up in the sewing room, Mr. Thompson. I'll bring them down later.
The sewing room? Aren't they young to be sewing?
They're taking a nap, Mr. Thompson.
Well, what if somebody wants to sew?
Well...
Edward, you brought up a very interesting point.
I did?
It seems a pity that Bronco and dear Marjorie don't have room to expand.
Well, Mother Thompson, they've done fairly well. Twins, you know.
Honestly, Mr. Gildersleeve.
I got that, didn't you, Martha? Twins? That's very droll, Gildersleeve.
Edward?
Yes, Martha.
It worries me that the children don't have more room.
Now, Mother, we aren't too cramped. It's been very nice of Mr. Gildersleeve to share his house with us.
Yeah, glad to do it.
We're really very comfortable, Mother Thompson.
Oh, when I think of those darling twins cooped up in that tiny sewing room.
No, Mrs. Thompson, it isn't as bad as you make it sound.
Oh, I know how tiny it is. I stuck my head in there once.
Was there room for anything else, Martha? Yes, Martha.
Yes, well, what do we do this evening? Cards?
Great idea, Mr. Gildersleeve. How about canasta? I'll get the decks.
Wait, Bronco. Mr. Gildersleeve, I haven't finished talking.
Sorry. I should have realized that.
Mr. Gildersleeve, when Marjorie and Bronco were first married, it was very generous of you to take them into your home. But there's no reason for you to be inconvenienced any longer.
Now, Mrs. Thompson, I'm not being inconvenienced.
I think you are. And now that the twins are getting more active, the logical thing to do is move the family to our house. Don't you agree, Edward?
Why, yes. When can you move over, Gildersleeve?
She doesn't mean me, Mr. Thompson.
Naturally, I'm referring to Bronco, Marjorie, and the twins.
By the way, where are the twins?
Oh, good heavens, Edward.
Oh, yes.
What do you think, Marjorie?
Well, it's awfully kind of you to invite us.
Nonsense. It's the only sensible thing. Don't you think so, Bronco?
Why, yes. Oh, Bronco.
Well, Mother, as you say, we would have more room, but...
Then it's all settled.
My goodness.
No, Mother, it isn't settled. We'll think it over, but we just don't want to be pushed into anything.
Yeah, that's right, Bronco. Let's not rush into this. Give it a lot of thought.
Bronco, I'll call you tomorrow. I hope you understand, Mr. Gildersleeve. You have a lovely little home. But after all, we have a whole wing that isn't being used.
She has more than one wing, the old bitch. Gildersleeve, you have to think of something. Fast. Good morning, Bertie.
Morning, Mr. Gildersleeve. You down early this morning.
Yeah, I didn't sleep very well last night, Bertie.
No, sir. Bertie didn't sleep good either.
You didn't?
No, sir. I tried counting sheep going over the fence, but all I could see was Miss Marjorie and them twins going over to Miss Thompson's.
Well, it's quite a problem, Bertie. How's the coffee coming?
It's ready and plenty of it.
Yeah, thank you, Bertie.
Mr. Gildersleeve, do you really think they'd leave here?
Well, let's face it. They are a little crowded here. Mrs. Thompson has a big house. She made it sound pretty logical.
Mr. Gildersleeve, has Miss Marjorie and Mr. Bronco ever talked any more about building a house?
Well, they've considered it. That's taking a big step.
Yes, sir. And I've been thinking about that vacant lot next door.
Oh?
That lot's just sitting there waiting for somebody to take the big step.
Yes.
Now, if they have to move somewhere, wouldn't it be nice if they could move right next door?
Right, George, Bertie, I've just had a great idea.
Yes, sir?
Why don't I try to get Marjorie and Bronco to buy that lot next door?
Yes, sir. You sure did have a good idea.
Of course, I'll have to be diplomatic about it. As Bronco says, the kids don't like to be pushed into things. Yeah, I better not even mention the lot next door. Yeah, I'll just start them thinking about building again. You're sly, Gildersleeve.
Good morning, Unky.
Good morning, Mr. Gildersleeve.
Well, sit down, Marjorie. Bronco, my boy. Seems I got down a little early.
No, I think we're late, Mr. Gildersleeve. Marge and I were up in our room discussing things.
Yeah, that's right. Mrs. Thompson gave you something to think about, didn't she?
Unky, if we do move over there, you'll understand, won't you?
Well, Marjorie, you have a lot of things to consider, you know.
Yes, we do. Of course, it's been fine here for just Bronco and me, but we do have the twins to think about.
Besides, Mr. Gildersleeve, it doesn't seem fair to crowd you all the time.
Yeah, Bronco, don't think about me. Yeah, I can see that you need more room. But, what happened to your plan to build a home of your own?
Oh, we're still dreaming of that.
Yeah, but I don't know if we can swing it.
Well, it might be worth looking into. There are quite a few good lots around. You might discover one right under your nose.
That's possible. A lot of young couples manage to build homes somehow.
Yeah, that's the spirit. If you feel I have to move, why move in with Mother Thompson? Yeah, I mean, Why make a temporary arrangement? Go out on your own. Build. Look to the future.
Oh, do you think we could, Bronco?
Well, there's nothing I like better than to build my own roof over my wife and children.
Oh, isn't he wonderful, Unky?
You bet.
You know, the more I think about it, the better I like the idea. Marge, before we make any decision, we ought to explore the possibilities. We might just be able to afford it.
Attaboy. Nothing ventured, nothing gained.
Oh, Bronco, if we could move into our own home, why, it'd be our dream come true.
It'd be better than moving in with a nightmare.
What'd you say, Mr. Gildersleeve?
Yeah, I said you might find you can make the move with money to spare. Zeef, that was close. George, I've built a fire under Bronco. Now I'll have to keep it going. Yeah, I'll work it through Judge Hooker. He can find out who owns the lot next door. I hope he's in.
Therefore, the defendant hereinafter referred to as the party of the second part
He's in, but he's dictating.
categorically denies the allegations of the plaintiff.
You pardon me, Judge.
One moment, Gildy. I'm dictating.
Yeah, I know.
The party of the second part denies that his cow, named Bossy, jumped the party of the first part's fence and trampled his melon patch.
My goodness. The old goat's defending a cow. Judge, I have to talk to you.
Very well, Gildy. I was just using my new dictaphone.
You? What made you decide to get one of those?
I prefer it to a secretary. The dictaphone isn't always getting telephone calls from boyfriends during office hours. What's on your mind this morning?
Judge, I've just about talked Marjorie and Bronco into building a home.
You have? So the lovebirds are going to have a nest of their own.
You bet. And I want you to find out who owns the lot next door to me.
Oh?
And then have the best real estate salesman you know submit it to Bronco. Today.
I'm quite busy, Gildy. Can't you do that?
Judge, you don't understand. Bronco and Margie don't like to be pushed into things. That's why they haven't jumped at Mother Thompson's invitation to move in with her.
Oh, now I see.
Yeah, I'm being subtle, Judge. Will you get on it right away?
You may consider it done, old friend.
Great. Now let me use your phone.
Help yourself. Every young couple with a growing family should have their own little sanctuary against life's storms. For be it ever so humble, there's no place like home.
Quiet, Judge, please. I'm calling Mrs. Thompson.
Oh.
Yeah, I can't wait to toss this monkey wrench into her scheme.
Hello?
Hello, Mother Thompson. This is Throckmorton P. Gildersleeve.
Yes, Mr. Gildersleeve.
Yeah, I knew you were going to call Bronco and Marjorie this morning about moving over. So before you repaper your wing, I thought I should tell you something.
Oh?
It seems they're going to build a home of their own. They're looking for a lot.
Mr. Gildersleeve, was this your idea?
Well, I did tell them I thought it was a good plan.
Busybody.
You, Mother Thompson? You, Mother Thompson? You, Mother Thompson? She hung up. Hello, Bertie.
Evening, Mr. Gildersleeve. You're home early.
Well, I'm a little anxious to see Marjorie and Bronco. Are they home yet?
No, sir. Miss Marjorie phoned this afternoon and said they were talking to a real estate man.
Yeah, good. Little plan is working, Bertie. I put the best real estate man in town on their trail.
Yes, sir. I wonder how Miss Thompson's going to feel when she hears this.
She's heard it. I made it a point to phone her this morning, so she wouldn't be after Marjorie and Bronco to move over there.
Yes, sir. Mr. Gildersleeve, you sure are a smart man.
Well, Mrs. Thompson's beginning to realize that, too. Just think, Bertie. They'll be living right next door.
Won't that be nice?
Yeah, they'll practically be living here. Running in and out, twins crawling back and forth over the fence. With adjoining property, Bertie, we'll still be one big happy family.
Yes, sir.
Well, Bertie, look who's here.
Hello, Unky. We had the most marvelous day.
You're glad to hear it, Marjorie. Hello, Bronco.
Mr. Gildersleeve, we're about to start on the big adventure.
Unky, we're about to buy a lot.
Great. Wisest step you've ever taken. Right, Bertie?
Yes, sir.
Oh, the real estate man was so nice. He made it all seem so easy.
He did?
Mm-hmm. You'll be surprised when you find out where the lot is.
No, I won't. Will I, Bertie?
No, sir.
Oh, yes, you will.
Yeah, no, I won't. I had an idea you'd settle on this lot next door.
Next door? Oh, well, a man did call us about that lot, but the price is a little steep.
Yeah, I knew you'd settle on... What lot are you interested in?
It's right across the street from the Thompsons.
Zeke.
I wonder who told Mother we were looking at lots this morning.
Yeah, I know. And I've got a good mind to punch him right in the nose.
The great Gildersleeve will be back in just a minute. You've probably been enjoying delicious Philadelphia brand cream cheese many ways for a long time. But now you can enjoy creamy white Philadelphia brand cream cheese 2 wonderful new ways. In just a minute, I'll tell you how to get a free recipe pamphlet with more than 20 easy recipes for a brand new kind of frosting and fudge you make with famous Philadelphia cream cheese. Here's delicious, easy fudge you can make in just 15 minutes and serve 15 minutes later. Fudge you don't have to cook. Fudge that needs no beating, no testing. Imagine fudge that absolutely can't fail. And what luscious fudge you have when you make it with Philadelphia brand cream cheese. Philadelphia brand has such a delightful flavor, a delicate richness because it's made with fine milk and thick cream. And of course, you can be sure Philadelphia brand cream cheese is fresh because it's guaranteed fresh by Kraft. No wonder Philadelphia cream cheese gives you such grand-tasting fudge and such fine frostings as well. That's right. You can make marvelous, smooth as satin frosting for your cakes and cupcakes with Philadelphia brand, too. 18 different kinds of easy-to-make frosting. How? Better get a pencil and paper and jot this down. For the free pamphlet of more than 20 easy recipes for Philly frosting and fudge, simply write to Kraft Kitchen, Box 6567, Department G, Chicago 77, Illinois. For this free recipe pamphlet, the address again is Kraft Kitchen, Box 6567, Department G, Chicago 77, Illinois. Well, the great Gildersleeve is a man who likes to keep the family circle intact. When it appeared that Marjorie, Bronco, and the twins might leave him for larger quarters at the Thompsons, he quickly sold them on the idea of buying a lot. Of course, the lot he had in mind was next door to him. But the lot they have in mind is across the street from Mrs. Thompson.
Yeah, Bronco, I wouldn't buy that lot. In fact, any lot without looking into it thoroughly.
Oh, we're not going off the deep end, Mr. Gildersleeve. But now that we've made up our minds, we want to move fast.
Unky, you know we'd like to stay close to you, but we can't afford the lot next door. And we're so excited about getting started.
Well, I understand, Marjorie, but we'd hate to lose you. Wouldn't we, Leroy?
Yeah. That's awful good lot next door, Marge. It's good dirt.
We like it, Leroy, but it
Piggy
just...
and I used to dig trenches over there. You ought to take a look. Best dirt I ever saw dug.
Oh, you're sweet, Leroy.
We'd take it in a minute, Leroy, but we can't spend all our money for a lot. We have to build a house, too.
Well, actually, you'll save money next door. Piggy and I have practically dug your foundation.
Leroy, they don't want a house that looks like a pretzel.
Oh, that reminds me, Marge. I told Mother we'd stop by this morning. She has some ideas about the type house we should build on that lot.
Yeah, I'll bet she has.
She's just like you, Uncle Mort. She's getting the biggest kick out of all this.
Yes, yes.
Well, better be going, Marge. We have a busy day ahead.
I'm ready.
We promised to let the real estate man know by this evening.
Goodbye, Unky, Leroy.
See you around.
Goodbye.
Bye. Unc,
Yes, my boy?
you beginning to feel lonesome?
Yeah.
Me too.
It's a blue day.
Unc, I have an idea. You know when Marge was with us, how...
Leroy, she's still with us.
Well, anyway, when she was blue, she always went downtown and bought a new hat or something.
Yeah, it always seemed to help.
But you and I are blue. Why don't we take your $500 out of the bank and go buy the new car?
No, Leroy.
Sure, Unc, it'd do us good to take a ride.
Leroy, I've already been taken for a ride. Peavy.
Oh, hello, Mr. Gildersleeve. What can I do for you this morning?
Nothing, Peavy. I just want to sit here at the fountain a minute. My brain is tired.
You don't say.
Yeah, I've been doing a lot of thinking.
Well, the pharmacy carries rubbing alcohol for tired backs and liniment for tired muscles, but we haven't anything for tired brains. Unless you'd care to rub a little liniment on your head.
No, thanks, Peavy. I'm in no mood for levity.
Well, I am. I don't mind saying I feel pretty frisky this morning.
Well, bully for you.
I got up this morning before the alarm went off. I like to catch it napping once in a while.
Yes.
I took my setting up exercise. I prepared breakfast for Mrs. Peavy and the parrot and got a cheery thank you in return.
Yeah, I guess women appreciate that sort of thing.
And the thank you was from the parrot. Mrs. Peavy won't talk until after her second cup of coffee.
Peavy, I think I'll have a cup of coffee.
Very well.
Maybe it'll help me get an idea.
Need an idea, do you?
Peavy, Marjorie and Bronco are about to buy a lot.
What's wrong with buying a lot?
There's nothing wrong with buying a lot. But this one is across the street from Mrs. Thompson.
My.
I'm losing them, Peavy. And I've got to figure out some way to stop them.
Well, why don't you think of some way to discourage the purchase? You're the water commissioner. Why don't you flood the lot?
What's this, Peavy?
People are always reluctant to buy a lot that's underwater.
Yuffer. Peavy, it's breaking my heart that the kids aren't buying next door to me.
Why don't they?
They feel the price is a little high. And the real estate man said the owner wouldn't come down a penny.
That's too bad. You suppose it'd help any if you talked to the owner?
Yeah, I don't think so.
Sometimes a personal appeal is very effective. It might be worth a try.
Maybe so.
If you work it right, you might be able to shave off a few $100 for Bronco and Marjorie.
Yeah, George, I mind at that. Yeah, I'll go see him right away.
And if that doesn't work, you can always threaten to cut off his water.
Peavy! Might as well go in the back way. What a day. What a hard man that lot owner is. He wouldn't budge a penny.
Evening, Mr. Gildersleeve.
Hello, Bertie. Are Margie and Bronco home yet?
No, sir, but we got somebody else in the parlor.
Who?
Mr. and Miss Thompson.
My goodness. What are they doing here?
Miss Thompson says she wants to talk to you.
I says, I'll go in. Hello, Mr. and Mrs. Thompson.
Well, Gildersleeve, we're seeing a lot of each other.
Yes, indeed.
Mr. Gildersleeve, you're late getting home. We've been waiting.
Yeah, sorry, Mrs. Thompson. Didn't know you were here.
Gildersleeve doesn't know everything, Martha.
I'm aware of that. Mr. Gildersleeve, I came by to make a suggestion.
Another one? Yeah, go ahead, Mrs. Thompson.
Since Bronco and Marjorie are buying the lot near us, I suggest that they move to our house immediately.
But why?
The children should be nearby to supervise the construction of their house.
They're buying a lot, Gildersleeve.
Yes, I know.
And with my experience in homemaking, I can be of immense help. They can consult with me on everything.
Yeah, Mrs. Thompson, let's not move so fast. How do you know they've bought the lot?
Mr. Gildersleeve, I talked to the children this morning, and it was their intention to sign the contract today.
Well,
Oh, I know you wanted them to live next door to you, but I haven't been asleep, Mr. Gildersleeve. You'll just have to take your medicine.
Are you sick, Gildersleeve?
I don't know.
Oh, well, the whole family's here.
Hello, Marjorie.
Hi, folks.
Hello, children.
Oh, yes. Hello. We've got great news for you. Marge and I have bought our lot.
I told you so, Mr. Gildersleeve. Children, I was on the lot this afternoon, and I've decided on just the type house you should build.
Mother, we didn't buy the lot across from you.
You didn't?
No, we decided to buy this lot next door to Mr. Gildersleeve.
You did?
Bronco, you didn't.
Now, Mother Thompson, he said he did.
Leroy, we just bought the lot next door.
King, but I thought it was too much dough.
Well, it was a funny thing. We can't figure it out. The man called us this afternoon and came down $500 on his price.
$500?
Well, imagine that.
Mr. Gildersleeve,
Yes, Mrs. Thompson?
did you have anything to do with this?
Who? Me? Wouldn't she like to know?
The great Gildersleeve will be with us again in just 30 seconds. Have you discovered the two wonderful new kinds of Philadelphia brand cream cheese? Now you can get delicately rich Philadelphia brand filled with tangy bits of fresh chives and Philadelphia brand with bits of red pimento all through it. Enjoy these new versions of Philadelphia cream cheese for a variety of easy, delicious snacks and sandwiches. To get genuine Philadelphia cream cheese, be sure you see the red Kraft K on the silvery package you buy. Remember, there's only one Philadelphia brand, and it's made by Kraft and guaranteed fresh.
Well, Leroy, it's been quite a day.
It sure has. Hey, Unc,
Yes, my boy?
pretty nice of that lot owner coming down exactly $500.
Yeah, fine fellow.
You know, I've been thinking about that new car we were going to get.
Oh?
Our old car isn't in bad shape. I bet it'll last another year.
Sure.
Anyway, we won't have to drive much with Marge and Bronk living next door.
Yeah, that's right. I seem to be out of cigars.
How about letting me buy you one, Unc?
You what?
I've still got a quarter.
Yeah, thank you, my boy. You know, I'll get Peavy to charge it. Good night, folks.
The Great Gildersleeve is played by Willard Waterman. The show is written by John Elliott and Andy White and is partially transcribed. Included in the cast are Walter Tetley, Mary Lee Robb, Lillian Randolph, Dick Crenna, Jeanette Nolan, Joseph Kearns, Earl Ross, and Dick LeGrand. This is John Heaston saying goodnight for the Kraft Foods Company, makers of the famous line of Kraft quality food products. Be sure to listen in next Wednesday and every Wednesday for the further adventures of the Great Gildersleeve.
You know, it takes 3 things to make a sandwich. The bread, then meat or cheese or egg, whatever you like best in between. And the third thing is, a touch of real mustard. For when you add a little mustard, you add a lot of tang. That is, if it's Kraft's prepared mustard. There are 2 kinds, you know. Kraft salad mustard, mild and delicately spiced, and Kraft's mustard with snappy horseradish added. Have both on hand for different tastes, different uses. Remember, when you add just a little mustard, you add a lot of tang. Get Kraft's prepared mustard.
Groucho Marx, You Bet Your Life, he's next on NBC.